played there. That's funny. Okay, very good. Thanks, Mauricio. You made us all laugh. Okay, let's go ahead to Julia. Hello, Julia. How are you today? Okay. All right, Julia, try to turn your microphone on and tell us, how are you doing today? Okay, I think I saw a picture. All right, let's come back to Julia. Okay, let's go on to El Elcio. Elcio, welcome to class. How are you?
Yes, yes, you pronounce it without H, Elcio.
Okay, Elcio.
Elcio.
Good. Okay.
How are you, teacher?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing today, Elcio?
I work a lot. I finish my
Oh.
work now and I running to take a class.
Okay. All right. Elcio, tell us something funny about yourself.
um, I am a little joker, but in the same time I'm very serious. I hate football, soccer too. Even live in Brazil.
You too.
Everybody. I like golf. I hate
I like
soccer.
I like golf too. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we have two Brazilians. Excuse me. We have two Brazilians who hate soccer.
Yeah,
All right. Very,
it's very contagious. I don't know. Every lunch, the theme is football, and I don't speak football.
okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Okay, this has been a good discussion so far. At least we're getting relaxed and we're laughing. That's good. All right. Let's welcome Fabio to class. Fabio, please introduce yourself and tell us
Hello,
something. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
hello, how are you? Hello, everybody. Well, my name is Fábio. I'm from Brazil. I love soccer. uh,
Finally,
yeah,
someone who loves soccer.
yeah. I'm a telecommunication technician, and but I hate samba. I don't know if you know samba. It's a kind of
Yeah.
music. It's a
Uh,
traditional
me,
Brazilian music.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I hate it. I love football, but I hate samba. And
Okay.
well, I don't know, I don't know what's more is no, I don't know what's funniest thing
Funny.
about me.
Uh,
But
uh-huh.
I love joke. I I think I am funny.
Okay. All right. Good. That's a good sentence. I am funny. Okay. Good. So I'm going to type that in the chat box because I like that. So you can say I am funny. You can also say I like to make people laugh.
Okay.
Okay. So good. So there we have a couple of options. All right, very good. Wow, we're going to go ahead to our lesson. Okay, as you could see in the bio, we today we're going to ask a couple of questions, and I'd like to get your responses. We're going to practice. Oh, there's Julia. Okay, Julia says hello. I have problems with the microphone. Okay, Julia, that's okay. Try to see if you can resolve your problem with the microphone. If not, then you can try to participate in the chat box. Okay? All right, very good. Let's see. So let's go to our notes. Okay, there are three questions that we are going to work with 4 questions, actually. 4 questions that we're going to work with today. Okay, I'm going to put the first question here in the chat box. Okay, can everyone see the Verbaling chat box?
Yes.
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 Okay, very good. Okay, and so let's have Fabio. Fabio, can you please ask the question in the chat box?
Any question?
No, just the question that you see there, right by my name. Okay, and I'm going to type it again. Just give me 1 second. Okay, there it is. Okay, do you see that question there?
No.
Okay, all right. Okay, can anyone see the question in the chat box?
No.
No.
No, I can see.
That's odd. That's very odd. So everyone could see the chat box a moment ago, but now we can't see what's written in the chat box. Okay, now everyone's looking at the Verbaling chat box. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and there's nothing in that chat box.
No. Can you see my type?
Yeah, Omar? Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. So it looks like I may have to just use the other chat.
Okay, another question. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
I can see.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just use the group chat. Okay, it looks like we won't be able to use the Verbaling chat then. Okay, so here's the first question that we're going to work with. All right, so, okay, so now, Fabio, can you read that question for me?
Yes. What did you do last weekend?
Very good. All right, now, can you tell me if, actually, let's see, let me ask Elcio. Elcio, is this question in the present tense, the future tense, or the past tense? What do you
The
think?
past tense.
Yes. Now, what tells you that this sentence is in the past tense? How do you know?
Because what did? Oh no. Simple
Yes.
present.
Yes, you got it. So did is in the past tense. Whenever you see the auxiliary verb did after a question word, like what, you know that it's a past tense question. Okay? Mauricio, there's something else in the question that is past tense. What else is past tense in that question?
The auxiliary verb did.
Okay, and what else?
And the word last.
Yes, very good. Last weekend. Very good. So this sentence is completely in the past tense. Okay, so what did you do last weekend? I'm going to put some helpful verbs up in the chat box. Okay, just give me 1 moment. I just need to grab a copy of that. There we go. All right, very good. Okay, so everyone, just give me 1 second. I'm going to type that in the chat box for you, or paste it in the chat box, really. Okay, there are some helpful verbs in the chat. Okay, first you will see the base verb. Then you'll see an arrow, and you will see the past tense verb. Okay, so first, I'd like us to work on our pronunciation of these past tense words. Okay, so I'm going to pronounce it, and then I'd like you all just to take a turn, or just go ahead and pronounce it, and I'll be able to hear everyone distinctly. Okay, so the first verb is go to. Now, the past tense is went to. Can everyone pronounce that? Went to.
Went to.
Went to.
Went to.
Good. The next verb is did.
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 Okay? Very good. Excellent pronunciation so far. Ate.
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 Washed.
Wash.
Washed.
Okay? Now listen carefully to the next word. Watched.
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 Very good. So it should sound like a T at the end. Okay, so actually it sounds like this. Watched.
Watched.
Right, very good. Watched. Excellent pronunciation, everybody. Good job. Let's keep that up. Okay, the next word is relaxed.
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 All right, very good. And again, you hear that it sounds like there's a T at the end of the word. Relaxed.
Relaxed.
Good. Okay, the next word is played. Played.
Played.
Played.
Okay,
Play.
good. Okay, all right. Let's also hear the pronunciation of red. Red.
Red.
Red.
Okay. Now, notice something about this word. In the present tense, this word is pronounced read. In the past tense, it's pronounced read. Okay, it's the same spelling, but the pronunciation is different. Okay, so this is one of our irregular verbs. All right, very good. Another irregular verb is the next one, sleep. Okay, good. Okay, in the past tense, that word is pronounced slept.
Slept.
Good. Good. I'm hearing some very good things. Slept. Okay. All right. And the next word is danced.
Dance.
Danced.
Danced.
Dance.
Danced.
Okay, good. All right, so those are some helpful verbs. Of course, you can use any other verb in the past tense, but this was just to give you an idea of what you can say. Okay, so if I ask you the question, what did you do last weekend? This is how you could respond. You could say, I watched TV, for example. Okay, so you just put your subject, you put your verb in the past tense, and then there you have an object. Okay, so I'm going to start, and I'm going to ask Fabio, can you please ask Omar what he did last weekend?
Okay. Omar, what did you do last week?
Last week, frankly, nothing special. Just worked for 6 days and have only one day off.
Okay, good. Okay, so now the question was actually, what did you do last weekend? Okay, can someone tell me what weekend means? What does that word mean?
The end of the week.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday and
Yeah.
Saturday is days.
Good, good, good. So we've got some good answers. The end of the week, all right, and then some of you told me the days, Saturday and Sunday. Very good. So that's the weekend. All right. So Omar, tell us what you did last weekend. That would be Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, as I said before, I worked at Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, okay. Well, of course you had some important work to do, so it doesn't sound like there was much fun last weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You said unfortunately. Well, there's always next weekend. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay. So Fabio, very good. You asked a great question there. Okay. So let's ask Siu. Siu, can you ask Mauricio what he did last weekend?
Mauricio, what did you do last weekend?
I played tennis and I went to the another city nearby São Paulo.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. Great question and great answer here. So you said I went to, I'm going to type that here in the chat box, the another city near. Okay, and I won't finish the sentence. Okay, let's take a look in the chat boxes. This is the sentence that you said. Okay, I want to show you the difference between other and another. Okay, all right, so in this case, another, it just means a different city. Okay, so in this case you would say, I went to another city near. Okay? In this case, you see that I've taken out the word the. Okay, so I don't have to say the. I simply say I went to another city near Sao Paulo. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, for example, what if there are two cities? Okay, what if there are two cities with the same name? For example, I'm going to say San Marco. Okay, there are two cities named San Marco. Okay, so I could say my city is San Marco, but she lives in the other city named San Marco. Okay, so I'm going to give that illustration here. Okay, so I'm going to put here, there are two cities named San Marco. Okay, so you could say I live in, or my city is San Marco, but she lives in the other city named San Marco. Okay? All right, so in that case you would use other because there's more than one. Okay? So you can practice that a little bit more, other and another. Okay? Excellent job. All right, let's see. Let's get Monica. Okay? Monica, can you please ask Elcio what he did last weekend?
Elcio, what did you do last weekend?
The last weekend, I went to the supermarket to buy some things, but things was very expensive in that day.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. So you're giving me good sentence structure here. Now, students, I want to ask you a question. Is it necessary? Do I need to say the last weekend? Or do I just say last weekend?
Okay. Last
It's not,
weekend.
it's not necessary to use the, but it's, I speak by myself, but in my case, in Spanish, it's common to use the. And this is a common mistake because we use the article in this case.
Right.
I don't know in Portuguese if it's the same situation, but we have this mistake commonly.
Okay, good. See you. That's a very good answer. Okay, because in English, we only use the when we need to be specific. Okay? For example, last weekend, there is only one last weekend. So I don't have to say the last weekend because there's only one. Okay? So when I answer, I simply say, last weekend I went shopping. Okay? All right, very good. Okay. Good. Okay, so we need to ask, okay, we've asked Mauricio. The only person we haven't asked, okay, I think we have everyone. Okay, so basically that's how you ask that question about last weekend. Okay? Now, since we're here listening to each other's answers, let's do a bit of a quiz. Okay, let's review. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question here in the chat box, and let's see who remembers. Okay, so what did Fabio do last weekend? Okay, does anyone remember what Fabio said that he did last weekend? Oh, actually, Fabio didn't answer that. Sorry.
I didn't say.
Sorry. What I mean to say, sorry about that. What did Omar do last weekend?
He worked.
Yes. All right. And again, that pronunciation is worked.
Worked. Okay.
Right. He worked. Okay. Very good. All right. So let's see. So look at the sentence structure. He worked last weekend. Okay, so instead of saying you or I, you would simply say he worked last weekend. Okay? All right, now make sure that you have the correct pronunciation. I think I'm still hearing worked, okay, but that would be worked.
What?
All right, right, very good. Okay, let's go ahead. We want to ask a slightly different question now. Okay, let's take a look at, we're going to talk about the future now. Okay, now there are 3 different ways to ask questions in the future. Well, 3 different ways that we're going to talk about today. All right, and so here it is in the chat box. Okay, so that should be coming up right now. Okay, there it is. What do you want to do next weekend? Okay, all right, what do you want to do? Now this is asking about your desire. It's not what you're going to do. It's not what you plan to do, but it's what you want to do. Okay? So for example, Omar, if I ask you, what do you want to do next weekend, what would you tell me?
I'm planning to meet my childhood friends next week.
Okay, good. Now, I want to show you something here in the chat box. You said, I'm planning to meet them. Okay, you told me what you plan to do. But my question is, what do you want to do? Try that again for me.
I want to meet my friends next week.
Good, there you go. And we can put what you said, I want to meet my childhood friends next weekend. Okay, now the reason I'm being a stickler on that is because these 3 questions that we're going to talk about, they require different answers. Okay, they mean different things. All right? Okay, so Siu, what do you want to do next weekend?
I'm going to visit my friend because who had a baby.
Ah, okay. All right.
Well, her wife, his wife had a
Okay.
baby.
Yeah, she was the one that had the baby. Okay, again, you said I'm going to. But remember, the question is, what do you want to do?
What?
Want.
I visit
Okay,
my friend.
good. So you would say, I want to visit my friend.
I want to visit. Okay, I want. Okay,
Okay.
I want to visit my friend.
Right. I want to visit my friend. Okay? Very good. Okay, so this will help us to listen carefully to the question that's being asked. Okay? Mauricio, what do you want to do next weekend?
I want to play tennis.
Okay, good. That's excellent, Mauricio. Elcio, what do you want to do next weekend?
I want to make a barbecue, but I have enough money.
Okay, very good, very good. All right, in that case, you could say, I want to have a barbecue. Okay, and that means you're going to invite your friends over and you're going to barbecue for them. That sounds delicious. I wish you could invite us over for your barbecue. All right, very good. Okay, and Fabio, what do you want to do next weekend?
I want to get some rest.
Okay, good. Good. Excellent job. Okay? All right. And the same thing, guys. I could say Fabio wants to get some rest next weekend. Okay? So now I've learned how to ask the question. I've learned to answer appropriately, and I've learned to say what someone else wants to do. All right. Now listen to Okay, before we continue, does anyone have any questions about how and when to use want to? Are there any questions?
No?
It's okay.
All right, very good. Okay, let's move on to our next one. The next question is very similar. Okay, it is, what do you plan to do next weekend? Okay, so this is no longer your desire, but this is what you plan to do next weekend. All right, so what do you plan to do next weekend? All right. Okay, so there's a difference. So if I ask you what you plan to do, your response should be, I plan to. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, very good. Siu, what do you plan to do next weekend?
I plan to buy diapers for my baby because change the step.
Okay, good. Okay, that's oh, it's a cute baby.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
you're welcome. Okay, let's hear from Omar. Omar, can you please ask Monica what she plans to do next weekend?
Okay. Monica, what are you planning to do next week? And
Okay, let's try that question again. Okay, in this case, it's not what she's in the process of planning, it's what she actually plans to do. Try that question again, Omar.
okay. What do you plan to do next weekend?
Beautiful.
I plan to cook a new recipe of spaghetti.
That sounds yummy.
Good plan.
Okay. Okay. Elcio, please ask Mauricio what he plans to do next weekend.
Okay. Hey Maurício, what do you plan to the next weekend?
Oh, I didn't plan yet.
Ah, okay, good, Mauricio. Okay, so you could say, I don't have any plans yet, for example, or you can say, I haven't made any plans yet.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so students, you're welcome to take notes. That was really good, Mauricio, because here we got a negative answer. Excellent job. Okay, Fabio, please ask Omar what he plans to do next weekend.
Omar, what do you plan to do next weekend? Sorry.
I plan to go to the cinema next weekend.
Ah, good. Excellent job. Okay, let's try one more sentence type, okay? And then we'll go ahead. I have a quiz planned. It'll be a fun quiz. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, okay? All right, let's go to our very next sentence type, and that is what I'm hearing some of you say already, all right? And that is going to do. Okay, so here's that question in the chat box. What are you going to do next weekend? Okay, so you can see this question wants to know your decision. Okay, it's not what you want to do, it's not what you plan to do, but it's definitely what you're going to do next weekend. Okay, so hopefully you can start to see the difference between these three questions. Okay? All right, so, okay, very good. Let's see, Fabio, what are you going to do next weekend?
Well, next weekend I'm going to play the drums with my band in a Christian meeting.
Okay, so you have a Christian music band.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, now listen to how I'm going to change this question a little bit. Instead of saying next weekend, I'm going to say, what are you going to do tomorrow? Okay, Elcio, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow I am going to work.
Okay. Okay, very good. Okay, now I'm going to change the question for Mauricio. Okay, so Mauricio, what are you going to do in 2 days? Okay, what are you going to do in 2 days?
After tomorrow, I'm going to work too.
Okay, good. So, Mauricio, every time you comment, we learn something new. That's awesome. Okay, so you could say the day after tomorrow, I'm going to go to work. There it is. You could either say in 2 days, I'm going to go to work, or you can simply say the day after tomorrow. Okay, good job, Mauricio. We're
Thank
learning
you.
a lot from you. Okay, Monica, here's the question for you. Monica, what are you going to do on Thursday?
On Thursday, I'm going to buy new jeans.
Okay, good, excellent job. All right, and let's see, Omar, what are you going to do next Sunday?
I'm going to meet my relatives.
Okay, good, excellent. All right, and then finally, see you. What are you going to do next month?
Oh my God. I'm going to work and play my baby and buy the toys for his.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very good. So I typed what you said in the chat box, part of it. Okay, so the last part, I'm going to buy toys for him. Okay, excellent job. Okay, so just looking at the answers or the questions in the chat box, you see that you can change. You can change it up on Thursday, in 2 days, next weekend. Okay, so you can say so many things with this just one question. Okay, you can ask this question in many different ways. All right, so let's just review. Okay, we've talked about 4 different questions. Okay? All right, Omar, can you tell me one of the questions that we've been practicing today?
What are you going to do next week?
Ooh, very good. All right, Sue, can you tell me a different question? Okay, let me just check back with Sue. Sue, can you ask me a different question? One of the questions that we've practiced today? Okay, I think Sue had to step away. Monica, what other question can you think of?
What did you do last weekend?
Good. Mauricio, what question can you think of?
What you are going to do next weekend?
Excellent. Elcio.
What do you want to do?
Oh, good. That was one of the ones we did. Excellent. All right, and Fabio.
What you plan to do next weekend?
Okay, very good. All right, so I think we are now ready for our quiz. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put the quiz in the chat box. Okay, here is the first question. We have 5 questions to finish up with. All right, so the question number 1 is, what did you do last weekend? All right, Omar, what is the correct answer? Is it A, B, or C?
C. I went to the mall last weekend.
Okay, does anyone have a different answer? Or does everyone agree with Omar?
I agree with him.
It's okay.
Okay, yes, that is the correct answer. Very good. Okay, all right. Now, just to follow up, okay, why is letter A wrong, Omar? Why is that the wrong answer? What's wrong with that answer?
Because it's in the present, in the future, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to, but that wasn't the question. The question was, what did you do?
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Exactly. All right. And let's see, Mauricio, what's wrong with letter B? Why is that not the correct answer?
Because the question is the past tense, and the letter B is a desire.
You got it. Excellent job. That's right. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. All right, question number 2 is going to be from Monica. Okay, the question is, what does Ishmael want to do next weekend? What's the correct answer, Monica?
Ismael wants to go to the park next weekend.
Okay, all right. So, Monica, why is letter A wrong? Can you explain that for me?
Because letter A is a phrase in past. Okay, it's a contradiction because the verb is in past, but it's talking about the next weekend.
That's right. Okay, but this is a common mistake. Okay, so very good. So I didn't fool you on that one. Very good. Okay, if Fabio, why is letter B wrong? What's the problem with letter B, Fabio?
I think letter B have a grammar problem because the verb want is in the wrong way.
That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. So that's in the third person, so it should have an S on
Yes.
the end. Good. Good job, everybody. All right. Question number 3. Okay, and that's going to be for Mauricio. Okay, the question, Mauricio, is, what do you plan to do on Sunday? What's the correct answer?
Correct is letter B. I plan to go to the mall next Sunday.
Letter B. Okay, so what's wrong with letter C? Why is that not the correct answer?
The verb is incorrect. Plans, because it's the I don't know in English, the first person.
Okay, good. All right, plans is only used for he, she, or it, or if you use a proper name. Okay? All right, now, let's see. I want to check back in with Omar. Omar, why is letter A incorrect? What's the problem with letter A, Omar?
I think because it's supposed to be his planning to go to the mall. Because I think it's in the future.
Okay. Well, you're close. Okay, so the question again is, what do you plan? What do you plan to do next Sunday? There's actually a different mistake.
I instead of he.
That's right. We're not talking about he or him. We're talking about you. All right, so we have the wrong pronoun there. Okay? Wow, I can't fool you guys on any of these questions. You guys are too sharp. All right, let's try number 4. Okay, and this is going to be for Elcio. Elcio, the question for number 4 is, what is he going to do next weekend? What's the correct answer?
The letter C. He is going to visit his mother next weekend.
Okay, so Elcio, I'm just going to ask you one time, what is the problem with letters A and B? What's wrong in those two, Elcio?
Because what is he going not I what I'm going to do.
Mm-hmm. Very good. That's right. So you have to pay attention to the pronoun that's there. Okay, now there's something else that's wrong with letters A and B. Can anyone tell me what else is wrong with letters A and B? Okay, does anyone else see the problem?
Because A and B, it's about desires.
Mm-hmm.
Or plans.
That's right. Okay, and we're not asking about that. We want to know what you're definitely going to do next weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes the common mistake, if I say, what do you plan to do? Someone says what they're going to do, or they say what they want to do. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is what you plan to do. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, last question. Okay, and let's see. It looks like it is Fabio's turn. Okay, so Fabio, the last question is for you. Okay, it should come up in just a second. All right, there it is. So Fabio, what did Amy do yesterday?
Letter B. Amy ate dinner with her brother yesterday.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, so tell me, Fabio, what is the problem with letters A and C? Why are those wrong?
They are on the present tense, and the question is in past tense.
All right, very good. Okay, now there's another problem with letter C.
The verb play is without s.
Okay, good. So that would be the present tense. But what can I do to the word play?
And yesterday, yeah.
Mhm.
This phrase is completely wrong.
That is faster.
That's right. Very good. That's completely wrong. Okay, so that correct answer would be Amy played soccer yesterday. Okay, so it looks like everyone got 100% on the questions that we asked. Are there any questions? Do you have any doubts, any questions about the review quiz that we did?
No.
Carissa.
Yes.
Please, in the end of the class, when you finish, you explained about the difference between other and another. If you could explain again.
Okay. All right.
It's a problem to me.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so let's say that there are two women. Okay, there are two women. And, okay, so I'm one of the women, and Siu is the other woman. Okay, so you could say, which woman is the teacher? Is it Siu? Of course, the answer would be no, but you would say it is the other woman. Okay? So when you use other when you have two things. Okay, there are two things, and someone may say one of the things, but it's not that one. It's the other one. Okay, so not the short man, but the other one. Not the sad man, but the other one. Not the fat cat, but the other one.
No matter if it's in plural or singular?
Yes, that matters. Okay, other is singular. Okay, others with an S is plural.
Okay.
Okay, so here's other. Okay, others, and that would be plural. Okay, so not those women, but the others. Not those cars, but the others. Okay, so good. You asked a very good question. So other is singular and others is plural. Okay, now when you use another, okay, I'm going to give you an easy way to remember that. One more of something. Okay, so I could say, for example, I drank a Coke, a Coca-Cola. Okay, I drank a Coca-Cola, but I want another one. Okay, so that is one more. Okay, all right. Can someone give me another example using another? Okay, does anyone, can someone else give me a different example using another?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to São Paulo, but I'm going to another city.
Good. That's nice. Good. All right. Can anyone think of a different example? That was very nice. Any other examples? Using another.
Elcio don't like soccer, but another sport, another kind of sport.
Good. Good. He doesn't like soccer, but he likes another sport.
Yeah.
Good. Very good. Okay.
Okay.
In
Now I
fact, I like to play soccer. I don't like to watch soccer.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
that's
boring.
yeah. Well, that makes a difference, you know. So I should have asked you why you don't like to watch soccer. All right. Very good. Thank you for your question, Fabio. That was an excellent question. All right, students.
you.
Well, that actually, you're welcome. That is actually the end of our class period for today. All right, so today you would have practiced using 4 different types of questions and answering them. You also looked at structural. You looked at grammar both in questions and in your answers. And you learned how to pay close attention to what you're being asked. Okay? All right, very good. Well, if no one has any additional questions, that is going to be it for today's lesson. Thanks for coming to class today and for your participation. Hopefully you were able to learn some things in class today. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye-bye,
you so
Carita.
much.
See
Bye.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Bye.
See you,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye bye.